12. For a geometric sequence, the fourth term is 4 and the seventh term is 32. What is the second term in the sequence? So we know that's geometric. We know that the fourth term is 4, so I can say that T4 equals 4. I know that the seventh term is 32, so T7 equals 32, and I'm after T2, the second term. Of course, with a geometric sequence, it relies on A and R, A being the first term and R being the common multiplier, and these aren't known in this particular case. This equation, Tn equals A multiplied by R to the power of n minus 1, gives us any term in a geometric sequence. All we need to do is substitute A, R, and n into this rule. Based on T4 equaling 4, I can come up with this. Instead of putting in Tn, I put in 4, and then I have A multiplied by R to the power of 4 minus 1. So n is 4, and A and R are unknown at this stage. T7 equals 32 establishes this second equation. So again, using the general rule, but now I can say Tn equals 32, and that is equal to A times R to the power of 7 minus 1. So seventh term, so n is 7, and Tn there equaling 32. So I have equation 1 and equation 2. So what I can say now is that 4 equals A multiplied by R to the power of 4 minus 1, and at the same time, 32 equals A multiplied by R to the power of 7 minus 1. Of course, A and R are the same in both of these equations, but they are unknown, and that's what we need to work out. Using my CAS, I can solve for A and R, and you can see here that A equals 0.5 and R equals 2. So here we have our CAS. I'm just in a calculator mode, so I just need to go Menu, Algebra, and Solve. I'm now going to put in my first equation, so 4 equals A, and this is really important. Make sure you put a multiplication symbol in here. So times, it'll just appear as a little dot, R, and then that is raised to the power of 4 minus 1. I'll just move my cursor down. So what I've entered it in is the first equation. And literally on the calculator, we type in and. So it's a bit of a space bar, and then and. Space bar again. And now what I'm going to do is enter the second equation in. So 32. Oops. 32 equals A times it by R to the power of 7 minus 1. And then just move the cursor to the side. What am I going to solve for? Well, I don't know what A is, I don't know what R is, so I'm just going to go comma, A, comma, R. So what I've got here is that 4 equals A times R to the power of 4 minus 1, and at the same time, 32 is equal to A times R to the power of 7 minus 1, and we want to solve for A and we want to solve for R. If I hit enter, you can see I get A equaling a half and R equaling 2. And of course, a half as a decimal is just 0.5. And you can see I can just hit Control Enter to convert any of those fractions into the decimal answers. Going back to what we've been doing, so I've got A equaling 0.5 and R equaling 2. Remember, I'm after the second term. The tricky part was working out what A and R are, but I need to work out T2. So I know that T1, A, is equal to 0.5. T2 is going to be equal to T1 multiplying by R, because it's a geometric sequence. So it's 0.5 times 2. This gives us an answer of 1. So the first term is 0.5. The second term, what we are after, is 1. And you can see that 1 is C.